Okay, so let's talk about ad revenue. You will obviously hear the term RPM many times throughout your journey. And for those that don't know, RPM basically just refers to the amount of money that you make per 1,000 views that you get on social media. And so, for example, if you have a $1 RPM, that basically means you're earning $1 for every 1,000 views that you get. And so YouTube is generally the best platform when it comes to RPM. But TikTok also has competitive RPM with their TikTok Creator Rewards program. There are some requirements with the TikTok Creator Rewards program. I'll put the link to this page down below so you can come check this out. But basically, there's a few things. You have to be 18 years old. You have to have at least 10,000 followers and at least 100,000 views in the last 30 days. Your content has to be original and your videos have to be at least 1 minute long. All right, so again, if you plan on doing this, be sure to check out this page so that you know what the requirements are. But here's basically the main things to understand. So number one, platforms will pay higher amounts depending on how much advertisers are willing to spend in various niches. So higher RPMs, which is considered, usually $1 or more, specifically if we're talking about short form content. But those types of higher RPMs usually go to educational niches such as finance, such as business, entrepreneurship, tech, and so on, while entertainment-based channels will be lower. So if you're creating, AI, fantasy, dragons, or, something like that, people are watching that because, it's interesting, it's novel, it's entertaining them, but they don't necessarily have any intention to, purchase products. And therefore that is a lower value audience and you're not going to earn as much ad revenue in a niche like that. However, entertainment-based accounts can compensate for their high virality potential, while education-based channels have a higher RPM, but they have less viral potential. So if somebody has a channel talking about QuickBooks and taxes, they're probably not going to go viral, but the people watching that content are likely business owners. They are likely interested in purchasing various products related to business, and therefore RPMs would be higher in a niche like that. Now, overall, RPM is one of the most attractive ways to make money, and it's usually the reason so many people are attracted to doing social media. However, it's also one of the worst ways to make money because it's usually dependent on maintaining a high degree of virality, which is usually not sustainable in the long term. So the way I look at it is like this, making money from ad revenue is great, but it should not be the primary business model because, for all we know, the TikTok Creator Rewards program could disappear tomorrow. YouTube could demonetize you at any point in time. So if you're completely 100 dependent on ad revenue and YouTube decides that, hey, we don't like your content, we're going to demonetize this account, well, guess what? Your entire business is just dead overnight, and there's basically nothing that you can do about it. Now, one more thing to note here is that long form content on YouTube is always going to have much better RPM than short form content. And so if we look at my Creator Secrets channel right here, we can see that it's getting about a $4.76 RPM. So I'm essentially making $4.76 for every 1,000 views that I get on this channel. And as we can see here, I'm generally making about $150 per month, or 170 on a good month. From RPM, which is also another one of my biggest points. If I was 100 dependent on making money from RPM, I would be broke and homeless. Okay, so that's the thing. A lot of people come into social media and their intent is to focus on RPM as their primary business model. And while that works for some people that are going super viral all the time, constantly, it's not impossible to do. But there are far better ways to monetize your channels than just focusing on RPM. And so again, it's very important that you look at each one of these monetization videos, because even if you're not necessarily interested in drop shipping or print on demand or this or that or whatever, it's very important that you understand the concepts behind those business models, because understanding the foundation and the fundamentals of these different business models is going to help guide your decisions later on when you're choosing various niches or different styles of content or whatever it is that you end up doing about how to structure a sustainable business and a sustainable strategy.